Count on Kelly Burns. Weeknights on NBC2. Live, the news you count on. NBC2. News at 11.
Coming up at 11, 3 drownings in Southwest Florida in 3 different counties, all within 24 hours. Now tonight, we're hearing from one grieving father who tells us he lost his 19-month-old son after deputies swarmed this Collier County home. And as the investigation continues around this lake, a drowning prevention advocate speaks with NBC2.
Unfortunately, we're probably going to hit that 100 mark by the end of the year. I believe we're already pushing 70 drownings. And we're talking about children that have died.
As he shares how we can all do our part to try and prevent future tragedies. Your news at 11 is just seconds away. Breaking news right now at 11. We are now hearing from one grieving father who says it was his 19-month-old son that drowned in a Collier County neighborhood last night. Thanks for counting on NBC2 News here at 11 o'clock. I'm Elise Chingari. Now, this is just one of 3 separate drowning incidents that happened within the last 24 hours across Southwest Florida. Our NBC2's Muhammad Drowning joins us live from Naples after speaking with that father. Muhammad, obviously, this man is devastated. What did he tell you?
Yeah, that's right, Elise. Tonight, while I was at this pond, I spoke to a man named Victor Rico. He came up to me and told me that his son was the one that died yesterday. His son was 19 months old. Now, Victor Rico didn't want to talk to us on camera because he was still grieving the loss of his only son, but shared these pictures with us. Rico tells me he dropped his son off at his mother's house here on Boladella Street on Wednesday. He tried to call the mother yesterday to pick up his son, but no answer. Rico says he wondered what was wrong and where his son was. Then he learned about the drowning here. Last night, multiple deputies and EMS surrounded this neighborhood. Our crew spent all day trying to learn more about the drowning. People who we spoke to were confused on how a toddler ended up in a lake so late at night. We did find the house of where the son was, but the family didn't want to talk to us. However, we did see with our own eyes one woman crying outside, showing that the late night drowning has people in this area heartbroken. Rico tells me he's in touch with Collier County Sheriff's Office as he's trying to get more information about how this happened to his son. CCSO tells us that this is an active investigation. Reporting here in Naples, Muhammad Drowning, NBC2.
Muhammad, thank you. And we have team coverage of this ongoing investigation as NBC2's Kennedy Mason spoke with a drowning prevention advocate today about how he says we all need to be a part of trying to prevent these tragedies.
Neighbors here on Boabadilla Street tell me they saw deputies swarming this area Friday night. One neighbor who didn't want to go on camera says they believe it was in response to a drowning in the pond behind a home. While Collier County Sheriff's Office confirms a drowning happened and continues to investigate, I spoke with a drowning prevention advocate, Paul DeMello.
Unfortunately, we're probably going to hit that 100 mark by the end of the year. I believe we're already pushing 70 drownings. And we're talking about children that have died.
For DeMello, hearing of another drowning hits home.
You know, I lost my twin boys, Josh and Christian, in the middle of the winter. And I know it's summertime now. And, you know, we talk a lot more about water safety and drowning prevention during the hot days than we do the winter days.
He says drowning has no season here in Southwest Florida, and we can all be a part of trying to keep our eyes open.
We're all guilty of taking our eyes off our children. And, you know, our children are explorers. You know, children are being children. They want to play, they want to explore, they love the water.
And while prevention advocates continue to try and make a change so this doesn't happen again, that neighbor I spoke to off camera told me there is not a fence in the backyard of the area where there is an active investigation with CCSO. The neighbor has also seen deputies call to that home before. I reached out to CCSO to see how many times they've been called to that home, and I'm still waiting to hear back.